Peace and blessings. Scientific racism. Fuck Charles Darwin. Let's get into it. I'm gonna do about 10 minutes of this shit, then I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, listen. Charles Darwin is a problem. And the more people that know about him, we can get rid of this clown. Because they still teach this shit in schools, and you got people walking around with the wrong motherfucking idea on why they are able to do what they want to do, so forth and so on. So, without further ado, I'm going to start right there. Christian reformers had spent decades in the early 19th century teaching Britain to view non-Europeans as their equals before God. So at the end of the day, as you can see, they've been highly racist from day one. In a matter of years, Darwin swept not only God off the table, but also the value of people of every race with him. So with that being said, you know what I mean, like his doctrine is floating around in all school systems primarily. And he even has a Darwin Day. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this dude does not deserve any credit for anything. He is a highly toxic ass racist. And he has a doctrine out that all these toxic ass racists, you know what I'm saying, deal with. And Hitler, one of the toxic ass racists, you know, he was fueled by a lot of Charles Darwin's literature. So without further ado, let me go down a little bit more. Enabling genocide. Okay, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says right here that this dude, right, he's still on the back of the British note because he discovered, you know, some species in Australia. But while he was there, this nigga saw the Aboriginal people there and was like, hey, these niggas out of pocket, right? How you going to tell people that you're out of pocket or that they're out of pocket and you don't even, you're not even from there? How you going to tell them they're wrong? And they've been living that way before your black ass. I mean, way before your white ass got there. You understand what I'm saying? So hold up, let me go down a little bit more. Let me see. All right, so now at the end of the day, wait a minute. Let me go down a little bit further. Yeah, let me go down a little bit further. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, now listen. Natural selection justifies exterminating the inferior Australian and Maori races. Okay? So they're saying that because of Charles Darwin's theory, right? It is better for them to do something that would be protecting them as a race and exterminating all other races. Doesn't that shit sound familiar? I know it does. So look, let me go down here now. This nigga said, right there, here we go. I contend that we are the finest race in the world, and that the more of the world we inhabit, the better it is for the human race. Now, I don't mean no harm, but we got chemtrails and some more shit out this bitch. We got holes in the ozone layer. The motherfucker sea fucked up. And the only people that you could blame for this shit is white people, because they the ones that's running shit. So for the last 6,000 years, if anything been wrong with the planet, it's because of these motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? How arrogant can you be? I contend that we are the finest race that the world in the world, and that the more of the world we inhabit, the better it is for the human race. Man, please, man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. It is our duty to seize every opportunity of acquiring more territory, and we should keep this one idea steadily before our eyes, that more territory simply means more of the Anglo-Saxon race, y'all. More of the best, the most human, most honorable race the world possesses, y'all. Come on now. We did the lecture dealing with the hidden self. So I already broke down the genetics. So, I mean, I already proven this nigga wrong. You know what I mean? Hence scientific racism. Okay? So my thing is, we have to understand that this shit is being taught in schools. And you have people walking around, they're called Darwinists. To me, that's just a new word for racist. You know what I'm saying? You're a Darwinist? Oh, you think you're better than me and everybody else like me. And also, matter of fact, everybody that's not like you. You think you're better than everybody. So that's what Darwinists are, without having to go too far into anything, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But I'm just saying, man, look, listen to this shit right here. All right, so I'm going to start right here. suggesting that the extermination of non-white races is a natural consequence of white Europeans being superior and more successful race, right? So this is all in like the 1800s, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? The 1900s and shit. What was your black ass doing? You was in slavery, right? You was a slave. You was doing shit that they told you to do. And truth be told, you couldn't even be a slave master back in the day now unless you was a mason. And you little fuck niggas is out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm a mason, I'm a mason. Sit your dumb ass down, nigga. Fuck that dumbass Baphomet ass shit, man. Like, y'all niggas is killing me with that dumb shit. You always want to do what everybody else is doing without researching why they doing it, you dumb bitch. So I'm just saying, like, oh my God, yo, like, whew, let me calm down. Cause this shit right here, like, this is the reason why I'm telling you, it don't matter if somebody like Obama becomes president. Because this shit that I'm reading to you, that I'm making you privy of, is or aware of, is basically like, it don't matter. Like, this is the real consciousness behind the government. This is the consciousness behind America, period. You got to understand, he didn't build this shit for black people, Chinese people, Asian people, Indian people, so forth and so on. They did not do it. Okay? They did not do it. Okay? White races is a natural consequence of white Europeans being a superior and more successful race, yo. Okay? Further, Darwin justifies violently overtaking other cultures because it has happened regularly throughout natural history. The arc of Darwin's evolutionary universe evidently does not bend towards justice, right? He has no problem with continuing the vicious behavior of past generations. Claims such as those made evident in the title of 2004 book From Darwin to Hitler may not be as alarmist as they seem. You understand what I'm saying? So anytime you got somebody out here comparing somebody to fucking Hitler, this nigga's a fucking problem. I'm just letting you know. And once again, I have to reiterate it. They're teaching this in the school system. Okay? They're teaching this shit in high school and the colleges. And you have people leaving these colleges being taught this bullshit, and they walking around like, I'm superior. But like I said, check the hidden self and you'll know you're not. So at the end of the day, I'm not racist. I'm just putting out facts. I wouldn't be doing this shit if niggas wasn't putting out dumbass shit like this. Now in 2020, you know what I'm saying, we are able to correct a whole lot of wrongs, and we still correcting. But if you took your ass over Europe and you seen what they was doing, you know what I'm saying, or what they're still doing, you'd be like, dang, they racist as a bitch over here. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, not only does Darwin believe in white supremacy, people, you understand what I'm saying? Wait a minute, let me go down. My boy. Not only does Darwin believe in white supremacy, he offers a biological explanation for it, namely that white people are further evolved. He writes that the Western nations of Europe now is so immeasurably surpassed their former savage progenitors and stand at the summit of civilization. Hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. Now look at this. Not only does Darwin believe in white supremacy, right? He says, he writes that the Western nations of Europe, right, now so immeasurably surpass the former savage progenitors and stand at the summit of civilization, y'all. Okay? So this nigga's a problem. I need to expose this nigga, and I'm going to keep exposing him because this Darwinism shit is bullshit, and I'm going to keep saying that it's bullshit. And I'm going to keep letting shots at this nigga for real. All right? So now, let me go down a little bit more. Okay. Darwin imagines that Europeans are more advanced versions of the rest of the world, as previously mentioned. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Since you've seen the lecture Hidden Self, if you haven't, go check it out. When you see that white lady laying in the hospital bed, getting that plasma from young people, right? I mean, does that even help Darwin out? Because all that shit that I showed y'all in there is dealing with them. You understand what I'm saying? So it don't have nothing to do with us. So I'm just saying, how, you know what I'm saying, is he superior? How is any of them superior to anybody else outside of themselves? I'm just trying to figure that shit out. I really want to know. Anyway, as white Europeans exterminate and replace the world's savage races, y'all, And as great apes go extinct, listen, as white Europeans exterminate and replace the world's savage races. Hey, I'm not making it up. I'm bringing it to your attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm 10 minutes in. I might take it a little bit more further. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. But I'm just saying, do you see what's going on here? It's just all blatantly right in front of your face. Exterminate and replace. That's the fucking agenda that's been going on. That's the New World Order. That's everything, people. That's every fucking thing. So I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, y'all keep participating and dealing with these people and not understanding how to separate yourself, getting total knowledge of yourself so you can understand who the fuck you are and you don't deal with this bullshit that's going on. But y'all keep wanting to deal with Christmas and New Year's and Easter. You know what I'm saying? You just want to do everything because they do it and you just feel so good about yourself because you're able to do certain things. And man, fuck out of here with this bullshit. Y'all really getting on my nerves for real, for real. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. Because at the end of the day, it's like I feel like because of a lack of knowledge that the majority of our people have, somebody like me, and the rest of you, but somebody like me, I'm being held back a little bit because of ignorance, and I'm being held back because I don't want to assimilate into somebody else's culture. And that's my motherfucking problem, all in a nutshell. I don't want to be like them. I don't want to, forget myself and try to be like somebody else just so I can get a fucking paycheck. Fuck out of here. Eat my dick. I mean, I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, all right. So at the end of the day, my bad, y'all. So at the end of the day, right? Although best known for On the Origin of Species, right? Darwin does not address human evolution and race until his 1871 book, The Descent of Man, in which Darwin applies his theories of natural selection to humans and introduces the ideal of sexual selection. His white supremacism is revealed. Over the course of the book, Darwin describes Australians, Mongolians, Africans, Indians, South Americans, Polynesians, and even Eskimos as savages, y'all. So I'm giving you gold right here. And the reason why I'm cursing as much as I am, because this shit really pisses me off because it's right here in front of your face. You don't have to go try to figure out what the New World Order is. This is the fucking New World Order. You must understand. Y'all be searching and going to church and dealing with the church and all of that shit don't matter, y'all. That shit don't matter. Because this is the real fucking mind frame thought process of the USA. Moving right along. Now listen, I'm going to start right there. The world savage is disdainful, and Darwin constantly elevates white Europeans above the savages. Darwin explains that the highest races, Darwin explains that the highest races are the lowest savages, differ in moral disposition and in intellect. The idea that white people are more intelligent and moral persistent throughout, okay? So he's saying basically right here, white people are more intelligent and moral, you know what I'm saying, than any other race on the planet. This is their doctrine, okay? They are moralists, okay? This is what they're saying that they are. So, all right. All right. So the idea, right, that the white people are more moral. Let's just stick with that for a second. Moral? Moral? How are they more moral? Slavery? Kill Indians? Right? Okay. Taking over land? Eating babies? Pedophilia? What? Anyway, I guess that's moral in their world, I guess. So, okay, Darwin's specific consideration, intellectual capacities, expelling, alarming. He begins with animals. No one supposes that one of the lower animals reflects whence he comes or whither he goes. What is death? What is life? And so forth. Let me explain to y'all what Darwin did, y'all. Darwin has a good understanding of how his people came about on this planet. Now, if that shit was to get released, right, and it wasn't controlled, they wouldn't be in the position that they are in now. So because they controlled the printing press, which was made in the 1400s, right? Because they control all of that, they control all the information. So this nigga basically, everything that's about them, and I'm not lying to y'all, everything that's about them, they put on us. And we walking around with it. And we not trying to get it up off of us or say, no, that's not us. No, you got niggas walking around with that shit still on them, right? And they're thinking that, oh, well, yeah, we were savages, or the Bible says this and this, that, and the third. Motherfucker, let me explain something to y'all, okay? I'm tired of all this bullshit. That Bible shit is weak, okay? It's weak. It's done, yo. Get that shit the fuck up out of here, yo. That shit is gone, yo, okay? All of the little religions, right? They all say that Africa or anything African was fucked up, right? So at the end of the day, I don't rock with them because they don't rock with me. And the God that is in those books, I don't rock with those gods either. Okay? So at the end of the day, let's not get the shit twisted. All right. I don't fuck with religion. I'm a universal person. I'm an African. I'm God. Okay. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm dealing with, science and math, right? Astrology, astronomy, right? That's what I deal with because that's what the rich and the elite deal with. They know what the fuck to deal with. They give everybody this bullshit. And Charles Darwin, this nigga, oh my God, I hate this nigga. Let me keep moving right along. All right, so as I go down, what is death or what is life? And so forth. His remarks soon expands to humans. How little can the hard-worked wife of a degraded Australian savage who uses hardly any abstract words and cannot count above 4 exert her self-consciousness or reflect on the nature of her existence? Let me read that one more time. Okay. How little can the hard-worked wife of a degraded Australian savage who uses hardly any abstract words and cannot count above 4 exert her self-consciousness or reflect on the nature of her own existence? Let me explain something to you. You made some shit up because another nigga don't know it. That makes him a savage. He don't count to 4 the way you do, bitch. It's a totally different continent. You going over here fucking with people. How you going to say this man can't elevate his woman because he don't know the shit that you know that y'all made up that hasn't even been on the planet for over 7,000 years, period. You understand what I'm saying? You a new motherfucker on the planet and then you come out trying to do all this extra shit. You feel me? Exert her self-consciousness or reflect on the nature of her own existence. They've been doing that in their way. Oh my God, I hate this shit. Whew. Darwin writes that Australians are incapable of complex thought. Come on, y'all. Because I got half of this shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't want to, because I'm telling y'all, this shit pisses me off. So he writes that Australians are incapable of complex thought. Now, they said that the way that he thought in that time period might have seemed racist now because we're not like that now. Let me explain this. Don't try to play games with me and shit. Okay? Listen, over in Europe right now, they doing hella racist shit. I mean, hella racist shit. If you study Christmas, you'll understand that shit ain't what the fuck you think it is. And you'll feel, no, you know what? Niggas is niggas. I was going to say, I hope you feel dumb when you find out the real truth. But you know what? Niggas don't give a fuck because the big screen TV overrides anything about your self-integrity, you punk bitch. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got to hurry up and finish this fucking lecture. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Now. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to calm down just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Darwin writes that Australians are incapable of complex thought and insinuates that they are akin to lower animals. Yo. They akin to lower animals. His perspective on non-European races is incredibly prejudiced and absurd. Of course it is. You understand what I'm saying? This motherfucker just, whew. Oh man, you know what, y'all? This shit, oh man, this scientific racism shit is off the fucking chain. And this is still being taught. I'ma say it again. It's in your children's school. Okay? It's in your children's schools. It's in the fucking libraries. They have a day dedicated to this nigga even. Okay? So I'm just saying, don't let nobody try to mislead you and tell you that this nigga's not racist. You're hearing it for your fucking self. Okay? You're hearing it for your fucking self, yo. All right? Whew. The descent of man, regardless of Darwin's brilliance or the accuracy of the rest of his theory. See, a theory, y'all, a theory is something that is just a fucking theory. It's not a fact. So they've been running around fucking people up on a theory. So that goes to show you how intelligent these motherfuckers really are. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Hold on a minute. All right. Now, all right. I got 10 more minutes or 5 more minutes. Darwin makes a disturbing link between his belief in white supremacy and his theory of natural selection. He justifies violent imperialism. From the remotest times, successful tribes have supplanted other tribes. At the present day, civilized nations are everywhere supplanting barbarous nations. Darwin's theory applies survival of the fittest to human races, suggesting that extermination of non-white races is a natural consequence of white Europeans being a superior and more successful race. One more time, because I don't think you heard me. Darwin's theory applies survival of the fittest to human races, suggesting that extermination of non-white races is a natural consequence of white Europeans being a superior and more successful race. I'm not going to say it again because I know you heard it that time. So I'm just letting you know this is what the fuck is going on till today. This shit is not out out of the school systems. And people say, oh, Darwin, yeah, that nigga was crazy. Ain't nobody saying that. Niggas going, Darwin is the shit. And anybody don't fuck with Darwin, I don't fuck with him. That's what these dudes are saying. That's what the fuck is going on. Okay? This Darwin makes disturbing links between his belief in white supremacy and his theory of natural selection, yo. They keep doing shit based on a fucking theory, y'all. Based on a fucking theory, not facts. So you know off the break his doctrine. Matter of fact, if I had a theory right now, right, and I went somewhere and I was, trying to promote my theory as if it was fact, niggas would shut me the fuck down. You understand what I'm saying? It's a theory. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? That's what they would say to me. But because it's his ass and during the time frame that it was, and you know what? Even if it was, just to let you know something, if it was during that time period where everybody was fucking racist in Europe, right? This is a racist doctrine that came up out of that. So they still have that in place today. So that goes to show you that these bitches is racist because they don't get rid of them. They don't get rid of shit. And that's just the way that it goes. That's just the way that it fucking goes, man. They're not getting rid of shit because they believe in this shit. They will make up every excuse because this is what they have. This is all that they have. It's a fucking lie. It's a fucking theory. Okay? So at the end of the day, I'm just saying, man. Whew. Okay, listen. All right. At the present day, civilized nations are everywhere supplanting barbarian nations. Darwin's theory applies survival of the fittest to human races, suggesting that extermination of non-white races is a natural consequence of white Europeans being superior and more successful race. Further, Darwin justifies violently overtaking other cultures because it has happened regularly throughout natural history. The arc of Darwin's evolutionary universe evidently does not bend towards justice. So, in closing, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get ready to get the fuck up out of here. But I'm just saying, like, y'all have to understand something. Like, this dude is really a problem. You know what I'm saying? So, he's dead. His theory lives on. So, because his theory lives on and it helps benefit, you know what I'm saying, anybody else that, well, shit, it helps benefit all white Europeans, period. You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe in it or not, still benefits you because that's the consciousness of the United States. You know what I'm saying? So let me go here real quick. Let me read. A final argument made in favor of Darwin blames the time period in which he wrote. The Journal of Blacks in Higher Education writes that Darwin, like Abraham Lincoln, believed in white supremacy, but he was far more enlightened and sympathetic to blacks than most white men of his time. In this view, the descent of man must be considered within the context of its conception, namely a period and location in which white supremacy was the norm. Okay, so that's what I was saying earlier. They saying basically he came out with this shit during a time where they was just basically like, look, hey, we the shit, whether we, wanted to be true or not, but we're the shit, and we get ready to kick everybody ass on the motherfucking planet. Bottom line, let's get it in. That's what they did. And they've been doing it ever since. And they have a doctrine to back them up, and it's a fucking theory. Okay? The external information supplied by Darwin's personal notes, experiences, contacts, etc. adds to our understanding of Darwin himself, but it cannot change our understanding of his theories. The question of whether Darwin was a racist man is separate from the question of whether his theory was racist, and the answer of the former question has no bearing on the later. Okay? So basically it's like this. The whole thing dealing with Darwin, he's a fucking racist, yo. It's the best way I can put it to you. I mean, you're hearing it for yourself. I'm reading this shit to you. You're seeing it for yourself. You know what I mean? So, right here, let me right there. The descent of man exists separate from its author and context. Claims that the reader should not take the racism in Darwin's theory literally in light of external information. Reject the nature of literature. Did you hear this shit? Wait a minute. Let me go. Wait a minute. Okay, hold up. How much he interacted with African Americans? They don't know Darwin diary, whether his family support abolition. Dang, hold up. The text of descendant man did not be racist. Okay, now, okay. They don't know what Darwin wrote in his diary, right? Whether his family supported abolition or how much he interacted with African Americans, nor should a reader have to know these things in order to correctly interpret the text, right? So basically they're saying this. Because of the time frame, right? Because of the time frame in which he was in, they're saying basically like all of this shit right here is that's just the way that the mind frame of Europe was in those times. Okay? That's just the way that it is. And they're saying he's a product of that time frame, but what he came up with because of the racism, right? Even though he might share some views, he's still, they're trying to say like his doctrine or his theory is still, is worthy, is noteworthy, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, I'm just saying like it's a whole bunch of bullshit. Just to put it bluntly, it's a whole bunch of bullshit. Okay? It says the question of whether Darwin was a racist man is separate from the question of whether his theory was racist. And the answer to the former question has no bearing on the later. All right? The text of the Descent of Man is undeniably racist, and readers only engage with the presented text. They don't know what Darwin wrote in his diary, whether his family supported abolition or how much he interacted with African Americans. So basically, once again, y'all, he's still a fucking racist. Bottom line. Okay? He's a fucking racist. And I just wanted to hit y'all to Charles Darwin's theory. We can keep going on, you know what I'm saying? We can keep doing this, you know what I'm saying? I got some shit for your ass, okay? But this nigga says as white Europeans exterminate and replace the world's savage races. and as great apes go extinct. I mean, come on, yo. Like, who the fuck do these people think that they are, yo? Like, this shit it really gets on my fucking nerves. It really does, because you're walking around here and you're trying to be something that you're not. And then on top of that, you have all the material wealth. You have all these gadgets and things of that nature. And you feel superior because you're able to get those more easily and frequently than other people, not less they assimilate into becoming you. And, at the end of the day, who gives a flying fuck? I mean, we're in World War III, right? You know what I'm saying? They starting wars with people and shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, this is just bullshit, yo. But yeah, I'm getting ready to get up out of here, man. We gonna continue this later on. You understand what I'm saying? Like this shit is just like fucking crazy, bro. Like, oh my God. Not only does Darwin believe in white supremacy, he offers a biological explanation for it. If y'all haven't checked out my shit, man, go check out The Hidden Self. All right? I'm out. Oh, wait a minute. Let me show y'all something too real quick before I be out so y'all see what's coming up next. Boom, 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 boom. Hold up. Bang. Let me just get that to y'all right there like that. Boom, boom. Hold up. Yeah. Okay. Now, because of Charles Darwin, right? Let me just show y'all this. See that right there? Village in Germany. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Here we go. A mother and her child are being displayed at a Negro village in Germany. This exhibit was known to be very popular and was even visited by Otto von Bismarck, whoever the fuck that nigga is. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But this is called a human zoo. That's what that is. And because of people like Charles Darwin, we were in human zoos. And yeah, it's like 1950. So if you was born in the fucking 50s and the 60s, right, you probably would know something about this by now. And if you don't, then I don't know how the fuck you didn't. If 1950, you might not even be alive. Who knows? I don't know. But what I'm saying is this shit is wrong. Bottom line, this shit is fucking wrong. All right, I'll let that stay in your brain. I'm about to be out. Peace and blessings to everybody. Tune in again. Thank you for coming on the Bag Life Media. Like, subscribe, share this motherfucker. We get ready to take over the world. Peace.